What's up, guys? Hades here. So this is, I believe, week 7 IB pre-playoffs, and I'm gonna just walk you through a little part of our week 6 matchup against HMB. We are completely outmatched here in the middle. We have horrible relocations. There's no planning, no coordination. It looks doomed, right? They have more, and they're more clumped, and they're more organized. But I'm going to show you how I turn this into a winning matchup. You can see me, I'm hitting 4 different people. What I'm doing is I'm scouting. I'm deciding what do they have, is there any threats, and I decide there's not. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to relocate behind them. And I did it as a block, but I said if they're not going to stop me, then I'm going to stay here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to end up being here for like almost 10 minutes. 1 versus, what is it, 7, 8? 1 versus 8. What this does is 2 things. One, they're all gonna focus on me, which allows my teammates to then focus on them on the sides, right? And that helps break down this position. Now you can see rallies coming in. I do lose to rallies, of course, but the rallies are so slow that it doesn't matter, and I'm gonna get so much time here and just tank so much of their attention, it's not gonna matter. And how do I do that? Nothing magical. I'm gonna show you. I've shown you the builds just to kind of show what I did, how I did it, right? I saw that all of them were using full fire, and so I swapped to water, and this is what most reports look like. The dragon gets to heal almost 6 million while their dragon deals 6 million, so I completely negate it. And then I just have elemental advantage, and I have 3 attackers that are gonna end up doing more than theirs. And that's just how it works. If they can't stop the healing, I'm gonna win. I've already showed these builds every week. Very similar, almost exactly the same. There's a ton of variations. This is one of them. Doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you use the fundamentals that I've shown you. And then you'll have results something like this. This is what most reports look like. Not all of them, but these are good teams. Like, this is what I expect, Chase isn't my absolute favorite, but it's definitely something that can be used, and it's one of those options I've talked about. Side assisting is great. This is a good build. There's nothing wrong with this build, but there are element counters, and you have to have swaps. Let's find another one. Here's another one. It's not unbeatable. I went through all the reports after, and it was about a 3-1 or 4-1 victory, and sometimes even these don't break as a win, right? It counted as a victory for me because they didn't have enough troops to actually break the wall. So technically this is a defense win, even though it doesn't look like it, right? And then I had one more, this one. This is a win team. I'm not sure about the skills. It's decent. It's not amazing. Baldwin is very hit or miss with his hurricane. And it's good into everything, right? It's good into almost everything. Kin doesn't go fast enough to actually get the healing. He can cut some of the continuous healing. You can see here it cut one of the continuous, but it doesn't cut the upfront the way Khan does, especially if you don't put Fighting Master on it, right? So this is what the build does. This is the power. Then we need to talk about the upgrades for next week, if there are any, or if we don't even need to, right? Now, this is pretty much what I ran. Something like this. I sometimes swap in the match, so every report's a tiny bit different, but we're nearly maxed, right? So you have 2 options. You can actually max it, full max it, level 8, get his reduction even higher on assists, and if you didn't upgrade Dual Master, upgrade that if you want. Or you can start upgrading things on the second team, things like War Blessing. You're going to get them that base damage upgrade. You have the flexibility of having a second aura for different teams based on what you want. Again, there's no perfect answer. There's no technical right or wrong answer. I think I'll probably end up just maxing assists just to have my main team as strong as possible, Then I have a super strong team, and then the next few weeks, then you can start upgrading the second teams. It doesn't really matter. You pretty much just use your main, or at least I just use my main. The seconds can't do anything against the mains, right? Only in a rally can they do anything. And yeah, Fighting Master, Assist, and Duel Master. It's time to upgrade those. You can leave them level 1 and start upgrading some of those secondary skills for your second, specifically in like the water team. You can give a little extra damage to Wu. You can go with some more blessing upgrades. Those are some options. You can even do things like lifelink. Those sometimes have value. Sometimes the shield and anger have value. But other than that, that's all this week's kind of setup. There's a lot of people who have really been liking these videos and learning a lot and thanking me for the builds. I'm just going to flash all 3 builds here. If you want to screenshot it, use it, copy it, change it, adapt it, you know, it's up to you. I want the game, at least in the first 10 weeks, to be more available to players so that it can be more fun for everyone to interact with IB League. I think it's one of the best modes in the game. Yeah, if you like these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.